Hey guys, I'm back. It's been a while. As you can see, the last video I uploaded was back in October, but my top 10 for last year is still gonna come out. I wrote a script. It's gonna take a while still because I still want to watch everything that I should watch before I make that list. I still haven't seen Little Woman. We just got to see Uncut Gems, which was pretty good. But this video is not about that. This video is about the new Saw trailer. There's a new Saw film coming out, and well, I'm a huge fan of that franchise. It's probably my favorite horror franchise, and Jigsaw was the first film I saw when I was 18. The first film that was rated 18 or up that I got to see in the theater. It was, in my opinion, pretty damn good. I had seen some of the Saw movies before that. I loved the first one, the second one, and the third one. And for this new one, Darren Lynn Bousman, the director of 2 and 3, and 4 also, I think. He's coming back. After 4, he did his own stuff. He made Repo, the Genetic Opera, which is a film that I really love. It's like this gothic looking musical. You should absolutely check it out. But he's back to making Saw movies, and I'm really excited about that. This is my most anticipated film of this year, and without further ado, let's get to the trailer. And here we go.
What do you got there? Oh, it's just my wife Emma, it's my son Charlie.
21 Savage.
Nothing happier than the wife of a new
Chris Rock.
Emma's cool, man. She's different. You don't know my wife.
You give a woman 600 Tuesdays. It ain't worth 3.
I think he's the executive producer of this. He came up with the story also.
All available units, officer down. Detective Banks en route.
Okay, pretty focused on the cops right now. Yeah, that twisted picture though. Wait, we didn't. Okay, whatever. So on the crime scene with. Yeah, he's executive producer.
Whoever did this has another motive.
Okay, it's much more about the cops this time around. At least it looks like it. Oh, I'm so happy this franchise is back.
This shit's gonna go sideways fast.
Oh, okay, so Samuel L. Jackson is also a cop.
They're pulling all the strings.
Okay. I like what I'm seeing, but it's really different.
You wanna play games, motherfucker?
Oh! Okay, so the cops are part of the game this time around. That's fucking cool. Okay. Give me more, please. Okay, that wasn't that much, to be honest. To be fair, it was a teaser, but I was hoping to get a little bit more. I'm really interested in this new. I mean, it was always in some way about the cop procedural, but this time around it looks like it's much more focused on that, and that one of the cops at least is gonna get trapped by whoever's doing this. We're pretty. You can be pretty sure that's probably not gonna be Jigsaw himself, but he's probably gonna be in there somewhere. We already heard about that Tobin Bell apparently has a cameo in it. I really hope so. I love seeing him in all of these movies. However, I kind of wish they would have done the insane twist that everybody thought was gonna happen in Jigsaw, that he's alive again or something like that. Because one of the big problems of this franchise is that they killed their big bad in the third or fourth. I think it was in the third. Third picture, and ever since then they kind of struggle to keep him in there every time, and it's always some weird timeline fuck-uppery thing. I like that kind of stuff, but it would be kind of nice to see Tobin Bell back for a longer time, because he's a really great actor, and this character, the character of Saw is in some way him. I don't know, the problem with Jigsaw for a lot of people was that it took away the character. Tobin Bell was in that, but it was much more of a reboot and all of that. But it looks like this new one is gonna be a reboot too. But again, I'm really interested in that Chris Rock is gonna play a big role, and Samuel L. Jackson. They seem to be the main people in this, so that's a really strong cast, especially for a Saw picture. The last few didn't have that big names attached to them. Yeah, but it looks pretty cool. I'm still really psyched to see this, and I think it's coming out in April, so we're probably still gonna get one more big trailer. Or should we look at this again? I think we should, but we should take a look at this again. So the trailer starts out with them being in a cop car. Chris Rock is talking to his partner a little bit. That's kind of the majority of the trailer. The first 30 seconds of it. Then we get to see the Twisted Pictures logo, and our first murder happens, which kind of looks like it is okay. It's on the trail of it's on a trail track. But what the fuck happened to that body? Was he actually hit by those, or what happened here? Or was it probably some kind of trap on these train tracks? Cool, interesting new idea. We had some public Saw traps in, I think it was Saw 3D, but that's kind of a cool thing to get back from. As awful as Saw 3D was, that was one of the few cool scenes in that movie. So yeah, that's a cool thing to bring back. Then we have, of course, the executive producer Chris Rock, which still feels kind of unreal to see Chris Rock attached to a Saw movie. But yeah, he apparently came up with the story. He didn't write the script, but he came up with the story, and it's been something he was apparently really passionate about. So I'm really interested in what he came up with. Again, it looks more like it's focused on the cops this time around. But as we see in the trailer, they end up in some of these traps themselves. Again, I'm really interested in how much of this is gonna be still I'm still really interested in how much of this is gonna go back to the other Saw movies, if they still gonna do something with their timeline, or if it's really a reboot, because again, Jigsaw was this kind of thing that wanted to be both things, and because of that, many people didn't like it. Again, I really love Jigsaw. I thought the Spielberg brothers did a really good job, but yeah, it's not the best movie in the entire franchise, but it's definitely not the worst. So they're sending the cops packages and stuff like that. That really reminds me in some way or form of David Fincher's Seven, which is one of my favorite films. So that's kind of exciting that we have more this cop procedural thing, the cop versus the killer, this cat and mouse game, and I like stuff like that. So I think here's a frame of Samuel L. Jackson seeing, is it a Billy puppet? No. Is that a guy? Or is it a puppet? I can't really see that. There's some kind of thing in the middle of a tunnel which is attached to a chair, I think. Might be a puppet, might be a real human being. But definitely wasn't a Billy puppet, because those don't really look like human beings. So they're going to an AA meeting or something like that. Then they see the spiral stuff and all of that. Because a thing I haven't talked about yet, this movie isn't called Saw, it's called Spiral, which is interesting. Again, which goes more into the direction that this is actually a reboot. So we see some traps. Wait. Gotta go back to that. What the fuck is happening? Ooh! Fuck! So, who's that? Okay, we can't see that. But there's a guy, and to his nails? Or is it I think it's to his fingers. To each one of his fingers, there's kind of something, is a string attached, and those strings go into the opposite direction, so they pull his fingers apart. It looks fucking crazy. Again, Darren Lynn Bousman, I think, said that this is gonna be the most violent Saw movie, which is quite something to say, because these movies are fucking violent. Especially his versions. I remember some of the traps in Saw 3 and Saw 2 are still haunting me. Needle trap, which was crazy. It isn't really a trap, to be honest, but you know what I'm talking about. And the whole angel thing, that was, I think that was from Saw 3 or 4, I'm not quite sure, where the woman had to put her hand into the acid to get to the key. That was a crazy trap. So if he says that this is gonna be the most violent one, that definitely means something. So okay, next. Spiral. Okay, title drop from the Book of Saw. Okay, so they have the Saw name attached to it in some way. And then we see Chris Rock attached to in a trap that's basically the one from the first movie, where he has to cut off one of his limbs, in this version his hand, to get free. And oh, it's not in April. I thought they said something about this coming out in April, but it comes out in May. So, and that's pretty much everything I had to say about the trailer. Again, the new videos are coming. It takes its time. This reaction stuff, I just do that for things that I'm really interested in, like the Joker stuff from last year, or Dr. Sleep, or this time around some Saw stuff. But yeah, so don't expect me to do just this thing. I hope I won't do just this thing. I got a lot of stuff that I want to do, and I hopefully will make more videos this time. And that's pretty much all I had to say. Bye.